The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned.
Neither. If I die, I want to be dead.
All right, fertilizer it is.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Rime of the Frostmaiden.
Hooray!
Woo!
I would torture you guys and have you all roll d6s, and I know at least half of you would be freaking out for that, so I'm not going to do it.
Go ahead, Lluis.
I'm not going to do it. I want you guys to have fun. I don't want to do that. So, last time you guys had just visited, I guess, explored a lost relic of a very distant past. The remains of a Netherese spire that actually fell from one of the sky cities thousands of years ago and flipped it upside down and landed top first into the ice. And you encountered a wizard there and his undead white bodyguard. And it turned out that that wasn't the wizard at all. That wasn't Dazan at all. It was, in fact, his simulacrum, which is essentially a flash clone of himself. The biggest problems with it is it can't heal and it can't learn anything new. And when when it uses a spell slot, it's gone forever. Like, it never gets it back. It doesn't benefit from any rests, essentially. And it wanted to change that. It wanted to be its own being. And it turned out at the top of the spire, which was at the very bottom because it was flipped upside down, was this device made by a Netherese wizard that supposedly can turn an illusion spell or anything made in the weave with the illusion school into something real. So instead of being shadows, it becomes something part of the material plane. Completely. The only problem was he needed a life spark, aka someone who's alive, to do it. After a bit of pleading and much discussion with the group, eventually they let him do it. And Rowan was the one to use their life spark to just touch this floating, glowing disc, and then they touched Dazan. And as they touched Dazan, little did they know, due to their limited studying of the arcane, this room was very, very injured. A lot of the runes and stuff were cracked, and the device malfunctioned. And instead of turning him into his own being, it turned him into a giant blob of a pure magical ooze that the group had to struggle against, but eventually destroyed. And I think you all are taking a rest at the top layer, the closest one to the surface at the moment.
Yeah.
And
after we found.
Also, yes, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're resting after we found the books and the medallion.
Yes, there was an amulet that River has, and after tuning with it, realized that it is some device that goes to this magical construct way in the distance. I think I measured 30 miles or something to the west southwest where you guys are at, pretty much the opposite side of Icewind Dale. And River knows that in order for them to do anything with this construct and make it their servant, they have to get close. And right now, you guys are very far away. And we will start now with you all having your long rests. So if you haven't done a long rest on your character sheets, you can now.
Also, Sky, don't forget to send out the tweet.
And you also all learned that Handrew, also learned that Handrew was a little bit more than a crawling claw.
Yeah.
He was, in fact, a severed arm that can cast spells and knows a little bit of sign language.
So from a crawling claw to an arcane arm.
Mm-hmm. Was there anything else I missed?
Nope, I think so.
That's it. I think that's it, actually.
Okay. So
We also grabbed some books for Prism to look over.
mhm. So, if that will be that, then after you wake up, what all do you guys want to do?
All right.
You know you're about 10 miles. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
You know with Wild's tracking skills that you're about 10 miles east of the closest 10-town city, which is East Haven.
Hmm.
Well, should we get going? Head to the
So-
nearest town.
So the signal was 30 miles on the opposite side, right?
Yes. I never gave I never gave you the map that would show where it's pinging you.
So
But-
probably
You get the idea. It's like the northern border of the Spire, which is the southern part of Icewind Dale.
okay. So if we're close to East Haven, then the opposite side would be near Bremen, maybe, which is close to Targos and Mer Dulon, the lake or lock, I should say. I don't know. Am I getting the math around that?
Let's see. Pulling up the map now that we have our own Discord and everything's pinned.
Mm-hmm.
That the most recent thing that's been pinned, that just has Icewind Dale and doesn't have the 10 towns listed.
Right. Further back on April 16th is when we got the map of Icewind Dale with the towns.
Mm-hmm. You can see the mountain range on the southern part of the map, like the southern third of the map,
Mhm.
and it's near the western edge of that mountain, where that mountain range meets Icewind Dale's tundras.
Okay. Because when you said it's the opposite side of Icewind Dale, I thought it was closer to the Sea of Moving Ice. But if it's the opposite side, just like along the edge of the spine of the world, then it's probably closer to Dugan's Hole.
No, you all are.
We're 10 miles from East Haven.
I would say you're about halfway to the Righead Glaciers of the East, or Glacier of the East.
Halfway to the. Wow. We went out a far ways away from
Yep.
the. We were last. Before we got here, we were in the Dwarven Valley. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
So we went past Lochdenshire. 10 miles from East Haven.
That actually reminds me, I think I need to send something to somebody. But I need to find it first. You do... It is still cold in here, but it is well lit because there's magical torch sconces that are burning upside down. Perfectly fine.
Well,
Where on the map are we?
we're near the big lake at the bottom by the mountain.
Mall Dolan or Loch Dimmer?
The lock. We're close to the lock, about halfway to the almost halfway to the Redhead Glacier. So we went pretty far out in the tundra.
Well, we can at least head back to Caer Koenig and then decide from there.
We could go there, or we could also go to East Haven. It's a little bigger. They might have more stuff for there for us to resupply.
Is that in the direction of where I'm getting pinged?
Where were you going? I'm sorry. I was...
West towards East Haven.
Yes. That'd be definitely going the right direction.
So we head there, do our resources, and then decide whether to travel on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Yes.
we I
Get
agree.
our weapons repaired from the ooze.
Mhm. Get our armor repaired as well.
Hooves as well.
We need to find a good
Yes.
farrier for that. Not
Then
sure how
we're
many-
off.
Also, River. I'm not sure how willing you to part with that thing you'd be, but with again, I know I keep harping on this about with the dwarves, sorry, Duragar, the dark dwarves, but if you'd be willing to part with that eventually, I think we should give it to one of the speakers,
What, the amulet?
the amulet, and the shield guardian. If what they said is true about the dragon, then Centaurs will need all the advantages that they can get against that thing.
And what if we come across the dragon first? We'll need all the advantages we can.
Not if we're smart about it. Plus, we could potentially lure it towards the guardian.
Says the one who was almost eaten alive last time.
You make one gesture of kindness, one attempt, and you never hear the end of it.
At least we heard something to the blob.
Fair. That said, do you really think we'd be able to move stealthily with that thing, or at an even pace?
I mean, from what I've attuned to, is like once we at least establish a connection with it, it doesn't have to be right with us all the time.
I believe it has to be within a certain range, out of character wise. I believe it still has to be in range of you.
All you know from attunement is you got to be close, and by close, it could be safe to assume well within visibility.
Right. What would Rowan know about these things? About the shield guardians?
Arcana checks for anyone curious.
Oof. Rowan knows jack shit. That was a natural one.
It's nice shiny.
It probably has a shield.
Right.
It probably guards a shield.
Also possible.
I got a dirty 20.
Then you would know pretty much everything the party knows, with the shield guardian being a magical construct that's attached to an amulet. You know that whoever is tuned to the amulet has control over the shield guardian. So if the owner loses the amulet and somebody else gets it, the shield guardian doesn't follow their orders anymore. You know that they can be used to store spells, and they magically heal themselves passively.
Wait, store spells, what do you mean?
And that's what you'd get with a 20 Arcana. Wild.
All right. Wild is not sharing that with that crew, but she's going to internalize that.
I'm going to gather my walker and start heading towards East Town.
I thought I was going to sneeze. Okay.
Yep, let's head to town. Wild will lead the way.
Hang on one moment. I need to double check something.
I don't know if it would have been go without saying, but before we took the long rest, I would have re-upped the create undead to last another 24.
Just make sure you keep track of the spell slots.
Well, that's why I would have done it before the long rest.
You all notice that Prism is a bit disheveled this morning. And by disheveled, I mean, like, if he has a headache, distracted.
Okay. I assume
So, normal.
I assume Prism just stayed up reading.
I mean, that's more likely than not.
Exactly.
And they did get the 2 books I had in my bag that I stored from earlier, correct?
Yes, and I think I listed them last session.
Okay.
I don't think you did.
No?
Or at least
Think-
not where I got it.
I think
Okay.
you were gone before that.
Yeah.
through.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, let me see real quick as my cat is just begging for attention. All right. Don't you claw at me. Okay.
Baby boy.
Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Calm down there, Master Chef.
No. It's Halo Guy.
That shield is unlocking soon in Master Chief Collection, and I want it really bad. The poorly drawn like Master Chief face, and it's like on the visor of the helmet.
Sorry, your only ability is armor lock.
And its description is a work of art. Nothing could make this better.
Wait, River, there's more than you can. There's other abilities aside from armor lock. Why would you pick them when you can just armor lock?
Because it's murder on the joints. Once you use armor lock, your back locks up.
That's why you just never stop using armor lock.
Somebody get an oil can.
I hope all the potential armor artificers in the chat are paying attention.
Okay.
This is all very, very good knowledge to have.
I don't know
Make
which
your arcane armor.
I don't know which books I had stayed and which ones I didn't, so I'm just gonna list off them. And this one's called Lost Scrolls of Cybril. It's written in Elvish, and it's a scholarly tome that analyzes fragments of 8 ancient scrolls left behind by a Sun Elf wizard, and I think Rowan has that one.
That's right. I did have that one.
From Shadow, Substance. This is a speculative work that discusses how one might harness the weave to turn an illusionary object or creature into its real counterpart, with commentary and criticism from noteworthy Netherese illusionists. Here Lies the King, an elaborately plotted novel of an illusionist who used magic to impersonate a prince, supplant a king, and rule a fictional kingdom for 61 years, and fake his own death. Ventatost, a book that uses testimonials and conspiracy theories to piece together events leading up to the destruction of a Netherese city called Venatost. Sounds like a Cthulhu city, which disintegrated as it flew over the forest of Cormanthor nearly 2,000 years ago, before the fall of Yuthrum. Forgotten Realms lore. Woo.
Hey.
Yuthrum is a elven kingdom, so elven kingdoms were like super ancient history. So if it was before the fall of one, that's pretty damn old. Oh, who's the Kingdom Hearts character?
Oh no, I've been thinking about Vanitas and Ventus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
It was
Here's the other 3 books. The Magical Wonders of Netheril, a book that is a collection of interviews with Netherese archmages who discuss their studies on ancient elven magic and the creation of mythalars, which I think was like one of the first things you guys found. And I described the device for you because there was a picture. It's essentially this giant, super cool magic sphere of glowing power that actually keeps their giant cities floating in the sky. And it's created with an 11th level spell, I think. If I remember right. They actually have the spells in a second edition supplement. There's another one where you just create a volcano. The material component is a mountain. And I think it's 10th level. Another book, Mysteries of the Farum. And it's a book that sheds light on those weird telepathic funnel-shaped monsters that I gave you guys a picture of. Apparently they're super intelligent and they eat all magic. And they were like the biggest bane of the Netherese. Because it might as well have just been something that consumes their life force. And then the last book is Wizards in the Hollow. The birth of the Netherese Empire is chronicled in this otherwise dull, plotting story about the lives of 3 Netherese wizards. And those are all the books.
Okay, so Prism will pipe up. Just say, okay, this psi crystal has been giving me a headache for the last week. It's actually pointing to an area really close to here. Can we go take care of this before we head down?
Sure.
Sure.
Headache towards the direction.
Rowan just sort of. I would like to insight that just for, suspicion's sake. If that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Say, is that okay?
Or it's what you're doing. I mean,
No, I can just drop it. That's it's not comfortable.
Only uncomfortable if you make it.
Fair enough. Just wanted to ask permission first. Ask consent for the player.
Prism, if you want, you can roll deception. You don't have to.
Roll insight on her insight.
Rowan, what did you get on insight?
Soft 20.
Okay. I would say you can just tell that whatever is going on with Prism and the Psi Stone is definitely distressing them a lot. They seem very tired, like they haven't been getting much sleep.
All right. I was like, definitely, we want you at your best. So if this thing is giving you problems, then it's best to take out the root of that.
it's about a mile north of here.
All right,
All right.
let's go then.
Does anyone else have
Let's do it.
telepathy? I don't think anyone does.
Do
I
you
believe I
think
already
so?
asked. Okay. So then you all work your way out of the tunnels. And you get to the top, and the wind is blowing a whole bunch as you forgot the luxury of, even though it was cold down there, there was no wind. As it just, even with the winter clothing, you can still feel it. And I guess you guys follow Prism in that direction.
Yep.
Yeah.
To all your surprises, maybe not too much of a surprise since they told you, they seem to know exactly where to go. So even when the winds start to pick up a bit, and you all start having difficulty finding which way is north, which way is what, you notice Prism's still going in the correct direction. So no survival checks are going to be needed, and I'll say a few hours later, like 2 hours, maybe, an eerie glow starts to show up on the horizon. And it betrays a monster's outline of something stupendous and ominous. And it looks like a cephalopod, but with slimy, ropey tentacles as thick as tree trunks that have tried and failed to bury its immense bulk into the snow.
How far away is this thing?
Within eyesight.
Yeah, Wild
Just pops up on the
hands
horizon. So I would say a few hundred feet away, because it's snowing. And it's dark.
How tall is this? Big is this thing?
Just to give you guys an idea, it's the size of a spaceship. Like a big spaceship.
Like,
Yeah, Wild's hand's definitely on her weapon.
It's
Yeah.
Kermit. No, Kermit, she's okay. She'll be fine.
We'll kick his ass.
Fallen 3 times.
Even with it crashed and slightly slanted, probably the top, the highest part of the crash is probably around 150 feet up. You can actually still see like the grooves in the ground of where it, whatever this is, just seemed to drag across the ground to where it's at now.
Size of a spaceship.
Yeah, I said that, and I'm like, wait a minute. There's like a Jedi fighter, which is like not even a car size, and then there's like Warhammer 40K like planet size bullshit. So I don't know.
The size of
Wild
a
will look-
spaceship, like in the Baldur's Gate trailer.
Yes, actually, there you go.
This is literally the Baldur's Gate ship.
Yes.
I know this ship. I've explored it in the game.
We talking shuttlecraft or red dwarf here?
We're talking Red Dwarf.
Maybe half the size of Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf is pretty effing huge.
True.
They're
Probably
dead
the best
days.
comparison. Think of the Millennium Falcon.
No, okay. You know the not the Red Dwarf. So you know the smaller ship that they use to go into orbit when they go on planets in Red Dwarf.
Yeah, the bug jumper.
Imagine
What it
like a
is.
triple that size, and that's about
Okay.
the scale we're talking about here.
Yeah. Wild will look to Prism and say, so this is where your brain has been leading you.
This is where the other headache is coming from. Yes.
Ooh, and
Bad?
I get to get you guys a map.
Wild will look to,
So
is it bad? Good? What do they want? Do you know? Anything?
Bad. This, and she holds up the telekinesis crystal, or the
Yeah.
the crystal that she
All
attached
right.
to,
So
and then said bad.
solvable with shotgun. Got it.
Yes, most definitely.
yeah.
It's taken a while, but I'm uploading a map for you guys for a little bit later.
That, or we could always throw the Centaur at it.
I mean, yeah.
Centaur.
I mean,
throw
we
me at
just
it.
we just came back from the upside down ancient tower blade, and now we're going to the fallen squid boat. What a week.
Yeah, and it's not even halfway over yet.
Uh, but yeah, you can throw me, I guess.
I don't think any of us can throw you.
Well, that's the trick. I can shrink him first. Somebody throws him, and then I enlarge. I just want to
Seems
see
like
how it
a-
works.
Seems like a waste of. Well, like our friend Rowan is like super feet and strong. She can throw me.
Wild starts walking towards the
Um,
spaceship.
I
Like-
Rowan's just walking and talking at this point. I don't think I could throw a horse, man.
And I'm gonna stealth, by the way. Scotty.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk towards the spaceship, not stealthing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stealth if Periwinkle is not stealthing because I'm lazy
Right.
and I'm a
Like,
horse.
wow, what is this?
I got a 28.
Okay. You are the snow.
Sorry, 28, which is nat 20. 28.
You are the wind that chills the bones in the night.
Nice. Yeah, and I'll move up too with them,
You're not.
but I'll keep separate from where they are.
You're
Rowan
not
is just-
quite literally slipping in the shadows just yet. You need like roll 40 for that.
I don't have the warlock feature to do the ability to do that yet.
Oh, I just made like, okay, so for each skill check, this has only happened once, and it was the Tranquil Sea game that went from level 1 to 20. If you guys get like a skill check and it's 40 plus, you guys are gonna have like an epic thing
Ooh,
happen.
nice.
So for stealth, it's you literally slipping into the shadows.
Nice.
Because it's an homage to third edition, because third edition had an epic level handbook when you did certain
Mhm.
skills, and they were like DCs for things that were literally impossible, but they just third edition was numbers. So I think it was a DC 100 acrobatics check, and you could balance on a cloud.
Wow.
hmm
But in any case, so you all proceed forward while being very stealthy. And all of you, because even Patience, no, not even Patience, all of you except for Valgg and Periwinkle, I just double checked everyone's passes, notice that the ground is shifting underneath you all. as we roll initiative.
E-
Oh boy, here we go.
Ooh.
13
Oof.
for Rowan.
Oh, I need to roll for Andrew. Wow, he didn't do good. 14 for Rowan, I heard.
Mhm.
Okay. How about Valgg?
15 plus 1.
Okay. And Dr. River?
16.
Ooh, you guys got really close initiatives. Prism?
18.
Yeah, close.
Oh wait, I got lucky.
Are you willing to spend a luck point on the initiative? I assume that's a no. I don't have
No.
the face camera up. You said you got lucky.
Yes.
Oh, you just mean you?
No.
literally-
I
I was
got
thinking.
lucky.
I was thinking the lucky feet. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Periwinkle, what'd you get?
A 20.
Holy guacamole! And Wild,
24.
as to be expected. So, Wild, you are the first to act. The only two that are surprised are Periwinkle and Valgg, as bursting out of the ground in an attempt to attack you all are these horse-sized maggot-like creatures. They smell horrible. They got a pale, not pale, but like a brownish, pale yellow, fleshy tone on them. They got a bunch of, for their size, little legs, long antennae that go back, insect-like maw, but then they also have tendrils coming out from underneath their maw as they crawl out from the underground and underneath the snow. And they surprise Periwinkle and Valgg, so everyone but those two can act on the first turn. So Wild.
Well,
They I don't know how far ahead you went, but they popped up like right next to the party, like within melee. On them.
I probably am out of like I'm probably not more than 40. I'm walking distance away from them. I wouldn't be that far away.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I'll kind of double back, pull out my revolver, and I'm gonna just lay into one with my. I'm gonna get into melee with it and just start pummeling it with my pistol.
Okay.
Actually, one hand has my pistol, the other has the blade.
There are two of them. If I didn't
Okay,
mention
yeah.
that.
You didn't, but yeah. So I'll roll my 2 attacks.
Okay, both on one of them.
Yeah. All right. So first attack is a over 20.
Okay, you're good.
All right. The other is 18, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24.
Also good.
All right. So 1d6 plus 1d4. All right. So 10. Question: piercing or bludgeoning resistance?
You're not sure.
I'm more asking. Do you want me to split them or not, Scotty?
Yeah, you can split them.
Okay. So I deal a total of 11 bludgeoning
Okay.
and 7 piercing.
Okay.
Is it still standing?
Yeah.
All right. Then I'm going to bonus action stab it again with the dagger.
Okay.
All right, that's gonna miss. That's a 3 on the die.
Okay.
That's
They
my
are
turn.
very gooey and juicy. I don't know if any of you have actually dealt with maggots before, but these are like horse size.
Oh, it's probably a
Maggots.
bad time to tell you I am nauseous as hell.
I'm sorry. I put a picture in Discord. And
I
apologize.
noticed. No, that was my own fault. I clicked it to look at it. So yeah, that was my bad.
Then up next on the quote unquote surprise round is Prism.
Okie dokie. That thing is still standing.
Yeah, it got stabbed twice. I'm not going to say any more because you're already a little nauseous.
Thank you. Well, may as well toll the bell.
Ding
need
ding.
a wisdom save, please.
Oh man, these things are really good at that. Okay, wisdom.
Shit.
I think Scotty's being sarcastic, Sage.
It's hard to tell
Or
with him.
am I 16?
6, what?
16.
Okay, 16 does pass, but it still takes half of 2d12.
Do they?
Yes.
Is it?
It's a cantrip. It's Toll the
It's a
Dead.
cantrip, isn't it?
If the target missed any of its spell, hang on.
It's a saver. fail.
Cantrips, damaging cantrips are usually a save or suck if they have a save.
Okay, yeah. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take. Yeah,
Mhm.
never mind.
Because
Yeah, it's
Toll,
save or
Toll the
suck.
Dead technically does more damage. The most
I-
damage out of any cantrip. It's just if they make the save, you do no damage. That's the downside.
Yeah.
I was thinking I had the feat that prevents it, that allows it to do.
There's a feat for that.
Yes, there's
That
a
seems
feat.
that is a horribly broken feat. Jesus
Elemental
Christ.
elemental adept, right?
Yes,
It's not one of the damage types that works with that feat, unfortunately. But if it was something like Firebolt, it would work.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mr. Mr. Howling at the Moon.
that being said, I'm also going to move 30 feet away from him.
Okay. I like to think you almost did that as like a panic because it came up like right next to you and you just get the fuck out of there. Right?
And bonus action, hide behind Valgg.
Okay, stealth.
What is my stealth, by the way? 3, okay.
I'd be scared if it made that noise. My cat's howl.
14 on stealth, unfortunately.
Okay. And that's your turn.
That is my turn.
All right, up next is Dr. River.
How close are these things?
Melee. Because you all were together, and they seem to know exactly where you guys were at, and they were like trying to ambush you.
My walker's going to swing the maul at it first.
Is he swinging at the one that's been stabbed a few times, or the other one?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and finish this one off if we can.
Okay, it's not bloodied at all. Like, these things look like they can take a lot.
Well, then let's give a lot then.
Okay,
19 to hit.
19 hits.
They'll take 7 damage from the flail.
Okay.
I'm going to move back out of melee range and pop a couple shots into it.
Okay.
Mm, 23 to hit.
23 does hit.
$19 force damage.
All right. Now it's starting to look pretty beat up. But it's still doing pretty good, all things considered. Anything else?
No, like I said, I've moved back maybe 20 feet, and my Z is still within whacking range.
Okay. Rowan, it is your turn.
Okay. So, first things first. How many are there?
There are 2 large size creatures. Abominations. Whatever you want to
Alright,
call them.
Alright.
Gruck like wild shapes next to you.
Okay. Well, we're going to do the old standby and just keep swinging with the axes.
Okay.
First one is 13.
13 just hits, actually.
All right. So that one takes 9 slashing damage.
Is this,
Non-magic.
is this the one that's hurt or the other one?
The other one.
Okay.
Then we're going to swing at that same one again with a different hand axe. Bonus action. That one's probably going to miss. That's in the. That's 11.
Okay. An 11 to hit.
Yeah.
That does not.
So just gonna take that one swing, just bury the axe into it, and just yank it back, and that's turn.
Can't you keep thinking you're like College of the Blades? Can't you do like a
Yeah.
defensive flourish or something?
College of Swords. Yeah, you know what? I will do that. I'll spend a bardic inspiration for on that one I hit. I'll spend that inspiration to do a defensive flourish. I keep forgetting I have that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Let's see, what's my inspiration die? It's D8, so I'm going to not much. It's only an extra 2 damage on that, and I only get my AC is now 15 instead of 13. I need to get better armor.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
I have what armor do I have here? Inventory. I just have leather. I want to get a chain shirt when we get back.
Ah, okay.
Just haven't had the money to do so.
It's also hard to find that kind of find anything really around Icewind Dale. So
Yeah.
it's okay. In fact, metal armor is probably you're more worse off in cold areas because
Yeah.
they're like cold conduits. You might as well just be putting ice on your skin.
Pretty much.
Well, granted, you never put the metal directly on your skin, anyways.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
God damn, that would hurt.
Mhm.
Andrew goes. So he pops out of Prism's backpack, and
Where the fuck is she in my backpack?
did I say Prism?
Yes.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Sure, why not? He just comes out of that one for some reason, even though I.
What the fuck? Haven't seen Servant to dig it out of there.
Ah, you're thinking with portals.
Sleight of hand.
Blade of arm.
I hate that pun, Lluis. I absolutely hate that pun. I'd give you the point if I could, though.
And he flies out of the way of you, just far enough to get around the other side of this creature, and it snaps its fingers. And as it snaps its fingers, it does a loud boom of thunder as the creature needs a con save. Which it fails, making it take a bunch of thunder damage. There we go, 17 thunder damage. And I'm going to say this is the one that's already beat up a lot. Okay, and then, even though they're the ones that were doing the surprising, it's finally the creature's turns with their initiative of 5. They don't care what they're eating, even if it's undead. So the one is going to go after your undead servant, River. And I think the other one, I'm going to roll a d4. And odds, it goes for wild. And even, it goes for Rowan. Actually, d4, and we're going to do this. Wild's 1, Rowan's 2, Valgg is 3, and Periwinkle's 4.
Kyler looks genuinely confused.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling my grandmother something and I came back and I'm scared.
It goes after Rowan, because I got a 2. So, I'll do the zombie one first. So, it attempts to bite at the zombie. It's an 11 hit your zombie.
Let's see what it is. Yes.
Okay, your zombie takes 7 piercing damage as it starts biting into it, and its weird tentacles also start lashing at it. 14 to hit would also hit.
Yes.
And I believe, is your zombie immune to poison damage?
Not sure.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay, then the tentacles seem to have this weird drippy stuff all over them, and it seems to like try to in barbs, and the barbs go into the skin, and it seems to put something in the body, but it doesn't do anything. The other one at Rowan,
What is the total damage you said?
7.
7 and no poison. Okay.
Yeah, the rest was poison, so it didn't do anything. Yeah, Rowan's, it bites. I believe you said you had an increase in armor class.
Yeah,
So
15.
Luckily, because of that, the bite does not get you, because you got a 14 to bite. However, its tentacles also are reaching out for you.
Yeah.
Of course I rolled high. 25 to hit. So
No,
you
it's-
take 4 poison damage and need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty. Let's see. 4 damage and a con save. Yeah, 11.
Oh no.
Yep.
All right, you are suffering the poison condition for 1 minute. Until this poison ends, you are paralyzed. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn.
Shit.
So you all see the tentacles just lash out and just go chink into Rowan. As Rowan does this defensive twirl as he's getting away from this one and does not expect those. And immediately, in mid-twirl, almost like they're like a miniature in a dramatic pose, just freezes in place, just stops moving.
I picture her doing the Skyrim, just
I'll be nice and say you don't fall over, because
Thank you.
that's a condition. Another condition to stack on top of that, which is probably one of the worst ones ever. Then, we are no longer surprised, so we loop back around, and it is Wild's turn again.
all right. Well, I'll do my same 3 attack strategy on the same one.
Okay, this same one is the one that poisoned Rowan, in case you need any more
perfect.
incentive.
Even more incentive to beat this thing senseless.
Mhm.
Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
All right, then all 3 hit. All 3 attacks hit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll them one. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna roll.
you can
one at a
You can
time.
separate them, and then just give me the total of one type of damage and the total of another.
Well, I'm going to. I don't know if I'm gonna kill it or not. So, and I figure they both have the exact same AC.
What's the most
And
damage
I-
you can do each attack?
Each attack, the most I can do, the most or the least.
The most.
11 plus another plus 9 plus 4.
Okay, okay. Let's do them one at a
There.
time then, I guess.
I'll do them one at a time just because then it's safer. All right, so that's 11 points of bludgeoning,
Okay.
followed up by 7 points of piercing.
Okay.
It's still standing.
It's still standing.
All right, then it'll take my last attack of 4 more points of piercing damage,
Okay.
and that's it.
It is still
Wow.
breathing.
I almost rolled full damage there too.
Anything else in your turn?
Nope, that's my bonus action plus regular action.
Okay. Periwinkle, guess what? You can do something.
Yay! Okay. I'm going to first say that I'm going to rage. And I'm like, oh, I
Never heard that battle cry before.
I gotta roll my thing.
Pew,
I don't
pew, pew.
I don't know what that one is. Oh, I have never got this one. An intangible spirit, which looks like a flump or a pixie. I'm gonna say it's a flump because I think that they're
Of
cute.
course.
Appears within 5 feet of one creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. Until the end of the current turn, the spirit explodes, and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 force damage. Until your rage ends, you can use this effect. Again, summoning another spirit on each of your turns as a bonus action. Okay.
Okay, so all of a sudden you guys see a flump, and he's got this really nice early 2000s soul patch. He's like, "Sup, my name's Freddy Flump."
At your stand.
It happened again. Did he?
Yeah, I saw her arm out of nowhere.
Okay.
Oh,
This is
no.
good time. Anyway, okay. So
Where
the
do
flump-
you want me? Okay, sorry, he's got a tentacle. He doesn't have fingers, so it goes. Instead of doing this, he's just like one tentacle just comes up and he goes, "Where do you want me to rock, bruh?"
Well, it says within 30 feet of me, so and it's really close, right? The maggot type things are really close to me.
Since you technically haven't moved, you're within melee.
Okay. Then the flump is just like, I don't know. There's more than one, right?
Yeah. Well, there's one on that Wild and Rowan are on. Rowan seems to have been hit by some kind of poison that seemed to paralyze him. And Wild is just like trying to beat it to death with their pistol. And they're pretty close. And dagger. And pretty close to succeeding.
Okay. I'll let Wild have that. And I'll put the flump on this one. No one's on it, right?
The one that's almost dead has Wild on it.
Oh, okay. The other one.
Okay.
No one's on it, right? Because it's going to explode.
Well, it's on.
Andrew's right next to it, actually.
Also the zombie, but who cares?
But these are large size, so this flump could easily get around.
It on the other? I'll put it on the other side so it doesn't affect Andrew, because I don't know how many hit points Andrew
Okay.
has.
Freddy summons up a spirit
and
microphone, and he starts singing right next to it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So do you want me to roll his damage, or
I need to do a dex save, right?
Okay. Dex save.
Isn't that what you said?
Yes. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay, let me roll. I'm pretty sure 6 fails, so go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So 6 force damage. And then I'm going to recklessly attack on my first attack.
On the same one?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Wild seems to be taking care of that one, right?
Yeah, but also right next to them is a very paralyzed Rowan in its clutches.
Okay, then I will go for that one, and I'm going to try to get Rowan out of that. This might not hit. Is a 13.
A 13 just hits.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to do the thing I do for Airly and just roll all the attacks first and then tell you the damage?
Roll me the damage for this one.
Okay.
Because it's almost dead.
9 plus 3 is 12.
Okay. How do you kill this thing?
Well, I'm going to try to I just like split it down the middle if possible. I do.
There's. No, I'm not going to say anything else. Never mind.
Yeah, please don't. I scored. I reduced the creature to 0 HP.
Mm-hmm.
So I can make a melee weapon attack as a bonus action. Is that possible, or is rage a bonus action? Yes. Okay, rage is a bonus action, so I can't do that. But I can, with my other attack, swing around to the other one.
Yeah. Since you haven't moved yet, yes.
Okay. I forgot I was recklessly attacking. So I'm gonna roll with advantage. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. 14 damage.
Okay. Math. All right. And is that your turn?
Yeah, I used my bonus action and my action, so yes.
Okay. Prism, it is your turn. There's one of these things left. Periwinkle summoned a magical flump that could sing that exploded and is probably going to be conjured again as a bonus action.
Was he singing the bells of Notre Dame? Because that's what I'm casting.
Okay, wisdom save for the creature.
Wisdom save, and it's once again 2d12.
Can I ask a question? Who is the monster and who's the man? Which is the lyrics from the Bells of Notre Dame, by the way.
Okay, so Prism, I got bad news. It made the check. But if you have an inspiration point, and you spend it here, I will roll again, and this will be a disadvantage.
I do. I will do it.
Okay, because I got the same result twice for you now, and I'm like, that's stupid.
Watch it be 3.
9. Does
So
a
it's
9
not-
pass?
No, a 9 does not. So yay, I get to actually roll and have them mean something this time. 8 and 6. 14. Necrotic damage.
Okay. Let's do math. There it is. Okay.
And that was the one Wild was fighting.
No, this is the
Oh,
other
it was
one
already
because
Sorry,
Periwinkle finished it. You're fine.
Yeah, that's right. And then this one was damaged, so that's
Mhm.
why I got to roll D12. Sorry, brain's catching up.
It's fine. Dr. River, it is your...
I'm not done.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Okay, so that was your action, right?
Correct.
Okay, go
That
ahead.
was my action. I was going to use my bonus action to hide a little bit better behind Valgg,
Okay.
since that's the only thing I can pretty much do at this point. It's 1 point lower than it was last time. 13.
Okay.
So that's
Uh,
my turn.
All right. River. The one that your zombie's fighting is the one that's left. And Andrew and your zombie are pretty much right next to each other.
And we'll try have a zombie trying to grapple and tie this thing up.
It is a size larger than your zombie, so your zombie would have disadvantage. Do you still want to try?
Sure.
That's not a grappling rule.
Pretty sure that was a
You can-
grappling roll.
you
If
can-
it's
you
a
can
size larger than you.
Nope. You can grapple up to a size larger than you. Can't grapple a size 2 larger than you. You can grapple a small creature can grapple a large creature.
That is correct, but you have disadvantage. And they
That's not a thing, Scotty. I do know grappling rules. You can there's no disadvantage on grappling a larger creature.
do they have advantage on trying to fight against it?
Nope. Size means nothing if you're just one size larger. Otherwise, grappling would be extremely useless.
Also makes no sense to be able to like just be a halfling and grapple an ogre. Like, yeah.
I mean, no, technically, if you're a halfling, you're small size, which means you can't grapple an ogre.
A gnome, sorry.
A gnome is also small sized.
Isn't medium, no?
No, it's
small.
It's small.
Oh,
sized.
well, then anyway, a small human.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead. Do your you treat this as an unarmed attack.
17 to hit.
17 hits. So then I must also roll, and this will be the AC.
Scotty, it's acrobatics versus athletics or acrobatic, or it's athletics versus acrobatics or athletics.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. Sorry, this
You
is
said
one of the-
17.
Yes.
The zombie has it grappled. I have the rules up now. You are correct.
There's one thing I know better than pretty much everybody in this game, and it's grappling.
I will flank strafe to the side of
I
it.
find it
and-
weird that enlarged gives you advantage on grapples then.
Yeah, it's because they wanted to give more for enlarge.
But its speed's now 0. River.
I'll move along the side and fire a couple Eldritch Blasts into it.
Okay.
19 to hit.
19 hits with the first one.
$14 force damage.
For the first attack,
No, it's both of them.
you hit with one of them. What was the attack for the second one?
I thought if I was firing at one target, I didn't have to.
No, you have to roll for every
No,
attack.
you roll for every attack.
Shit. Okay. 14.
Yep, both hit. And you said it was 14 force damage total?
Yes.
Okay. It's still wreathing and wiggling, but you can definitely tell it's not wanting to fight. It's trying to get away. Anything else in your turn, River? I believe that was your action for the Eldritch Blast and bonus action. Have your zombie do things.
Right. That's it.
All right. Hey, Valgg. You're here.
Okay.
You can do things.
I'm gonna do things. I'm just gonna like run to the maggot and whip down first.
Okay.
Because it's like the weakest attack I have, and it's the one I'm most excited about. So it's a 13 plus 7.
Can't hear you, Vex.
I realize it's probably the most fun thing you can do as a centaur is just trample people.
I just imagine you just do back hooves, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do the back hoops now that you mention it, because the front ones have -1, because I stepped on the
Oh, that's right.
on the ooze, and I wanna ask you later if I can silver my hooves, my horseshoe at least.
Short answer, yes.
Nice.
Long answer, hell yes.
Long answer, here's the meta of how to do it.
So it's 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. It is still up as you were, or like you've partially caved in its head.
And then I will
And it's now just more like in a panic flail for its life.
slash it. I will unwavering mark it because it's free. And then slash. Well, at least twice. Try to. That's a 25.
Okay.
Or mm, 10 slashing.
Okay. How do
Then-
you kill it?
Oh, I wanna be so extra.
Do it. Be extra.
Yeah, you got the
Yeah,
finishing blow.
I'm gonna like
Sage, earmuffs.
get a couple flashes, and then I'm gonna try to like choke it, but the neck is too wide. So then Andrew is gonna come and help me choke it 3 hands, and then it will die.
Maybe like you, Andrew, and the zombie, all three are just like,
Yeah, exactly.
and it dies. And as it dies, the DM needs to go to the little DM's room. So we'll be back in about a minute or two. Sorry, folks. Hey, everybody. Sorry about the little break there, but we are back. And the group just got done killing these big maggot things. Specifically, Valgg had to finish in blow. Well, Valgg, Zombie, and Andrew.
It was a team effort.
Mm-hmm. And just in the distance is the spooky shipwreck.
So we're out of initiative.
Yes.
Prism just. Oh, go ahead.
I just remembered. Rowan, why don't you give me 3 Constitution saving throws just to see how long it takes?
Right. One is a 3, one's a 16 plus 3, so it's a 19.
Okay, after a few moments of the finishing blow from Valgg, Rowan is able to move again.
Guts. Oh, guts. And she just sort of like falls to her, like her hands and knees and just like coughing. What the hell? What in hell were those things? God.
Wild will kind of lean over Rowan and offer a let's see. Do I have anything? A water skin? Actually, yeah, water skin.
She just takes it, and you notice she doesn't bother with the fact that they're in the cold. She just drinks it and then just like floors it over her head to just wake herself up. The cold and the ice just wash over her. Shit, I've never fought something as disgusting and vile as that? And hands the water skin back.
Well, you're in for a treat because this is only the beginning.
Please tell me you're joking.
If any of you are curious at what the hell those things were, you can roll a nature check.
Gladly. Maybe I've heard something. I may have fought them, but I may have heard of them.
This is even better because I rolled a good on this. Because I know exactly what these are for the picture.
Mhm.
14 for Rowan.
Okay.
30-20 for me.
All right, Rowan, you know that, especially now that you've gotten to witness their poison firsthand, these are more commonly known as Karen crawlers. And they are usually known to be in the Underdark. And you know that they get their name because they're usually found in areas where mass graves are, because they're scavengers. But they also are very aggressive. Wild, with their 20 plus, know that Karen crawlers follow the sin of death for its food, but prefer not to compete with other types of scavengers, which you find kind of odd that a Karen crawler was here unless there's dead things around.
Well, judging from the spaceship.
Zombie.
You also know that they are very patient predators. They like to hunt at night, but considering how Icewind Dale is right now, they probably just hunt whenever they feel like it.
I mean, they're hunting at night still.
But they are very patient. If they see sense blood, or they see a light source in the distance, they will keep their distance and they will wait for the right moment to strike.
Wild will say, I am surprised. Wild will kind of look at them, kind of prod with her tone. I am surprised they attacked us. We have larger numbers. They're usually more cautious than that.
You also know that their poison can be salvaged by those that know how to do so.
Wild will then inform everyone of that. Look
We'll
around.
just-
Who do we think is the best for this?
It would be a survival check.
Since I, gutted a
I vote Valgg does it.
Wild will also help. Well, Wild will help River do this because Wild has a decent survival check too.
While you also know that extracting poison from any creature can be very dangerous, especially since this is contact poison.
Yeah.
25.
River's like, oh, you mean this? And they just pull out this weird sack thing, and it's just perfectly intact venom sack from the Karen crawler.
Yeah, Rowan's just like kneeling next to one of them with her axe and just with the blade, just sort of like limply picking up the tentacles and just letting them drop. And it's like, well, they probably are desperate. I mean, there's not a lot of probably graves or like dead out here that are proper dead.
Oh, no. You are not gonna make me feel sorry for those things right now.
No, I'm not trying to make you feel sorry. I'm just giving a reason.
Excuse me, Ron.
You made me feel sorry for the
Yeah,
Yetis.
fine. And she steps over. It's like, no, I'm not gonna make you feel sorry for these things. These things poison me. These are not. Ugh. It's not a mother and its child. These are
You
abominations.
don't know?
So
Maybe
what
they
do
might.
I get from these two graboids?
Only one of the sacks were salvageable, because the other one, I did describe its head getting beaten by pistol whips and whatnot. But the one you do get, the gland, you're pretty sure you have enough to coat up to 20 arrows or 2 weapons that are blades. So pretty much it would be an action to coat a weapon, and then you got D4 amount of rounds, and you can use it. And it's the same DC as it was when this thing fought you, but if whatever you're fighting fails it gets paralyzed. So that's always nice.
Hey, Rowan,
Nice.
want some payback?
Perhaps.
Let me see those
Sure.
10x's.
Not yet. I'll do.
You
I'll
know
apply it.
you know when you apply it, you only have you don't even have 30 seconds before it's not
Oh,
usable.
well.
I'll still take them where they're like properly filtered into a poison.
I'll just hold that for now then.
All right.
So Prism's just going to sigh heavily and start moving back towards the ship.
Let's see what other horrors await us in this. She just looks up at it and just squints. Thing. Just heads inside with Prism. A little bit more wary now.
I mean, the number of tentacles is already alarming.
Dum dum dum. You all notice clear track movements coming from the ship to the surrounding areas as you get closer from these creatures.
If it wasn't snow, I could swear these were like sand squids,
They probably are.
sand people.
Wild's going to again go into stealth mode.
I will as well.
I guess
gotta
I'm the
walk.
bait.
Yeah, 13.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
gonna
you are.
walk, but I'm gonna try to pay attention this time.
Oh, me
It's a-
too.
26 for
I'm
me.
not.
13 for Rowan for stealth.
I'm just walking towards the ship.
Okay.
The funniest thing is, though, even though you guys, I'm stealthing, I think I can probably still move in stealth faster than you guys.
Yes, we get it. You're mobile.
I am fast as fuck.
Yes. Sorry, that was mean.
That
I'm gonna mute myself now.
wasn't mean.
That felt mean.
As you approach, you see no obvious entryways, but there does seem to be, at the very bottom, some kind of like a deck for a ship, as you see a ballista on the front of alien craft. But it's familiar enough for you to know it's a ballista. It is about 5 feet from the floor. Say it's just a little climb up, and it's covered with fresh snow. Mounted on it is the ballista I already mentioned, but it's covered in ice. At the back of the deck is a double door made of chitin and iron, and it's tucked under 2 higher desks. Decks. That's what it was. Okay. The lower one has another ballista on it as well.
How durable does this hull armor look?
I mean, you can roll investigation.
I mean, could I like force blast a hole into it,
Into the door?
into the wall?
You're not sure. It's very alien in nature. It's almost looks both artificial and organic.
So it's like there's an opening for the ballista, or it's
On the map that I gave you guys, there's the
Yes.
cargo deck part of the map.
yeah.
That's where you guys would be.
Okay. Okay, so it's like a terrace. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a deck gun.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with one of my.
You can roll to hit if you want and attempt to blast a hole, or just see how durable it is. River.
Can we turn the ballista towards the doors?
I would actually want to prevent that first. That's an option. Don't get me wrong.
It's clear that the ballista is quite inoperable.
Oh.
Since it's the size of a barn, do I need to roll to hit or just to attack?
You're not rolling to hit. You're rolling to see if you hit through its armor.
Oh.
So you're still rolling to hit.
18.
Okay, and how much damage?
First blast. 8.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
9 damage. So 17.
Okay. There's 2 loud bangs on the side of the hull, and you guys see it dent just slightly as River shoots Eldritch Blasts at it.
So I would like to move up towards the doors and pull out the Psi crystal.
The doors are frozen shut as you pull out your ice crystal.
Oh, they're frozen shut.
Mm-hmm.
If I shoot this thing again, does it look like it might be able to dent in big enough for Valgg or another large person to rip it open?
It seems to be pretty thick and durable. You think it would take you a while?
Wild's gonna walk up to the door and take a look at it, see if there's anything she notices about it.
It seems to be iced shut, but it doesn't have a lock on it, at least from what you can tell. Maybe you could force the door open.
All right.
Can I shoot the ice off the door?
Possibly.
Or we could
One
just-
door.
This stuff, it looks like it's artificial and yet organic at the same time, right?
Yes. It almost seems to have like a metalness to it, but it's very smooth, like it's organic. It's got like this
Right.
purplish hue to it.
Looking at what I've got right now.
Wild lights
It
the
says
torch
such-
and
it
starts to
says-
try and melt the.
Yeah, it says such. The spell says such as, but it doesn't specify. Could I use heat metal to try and just superheat the doors to melt the ice?
The door does have iron on it, so
The upper
Alright.
deck, how tall it is?
good question.
Because you said that we saw the other ballista up, right?
Yes.
Do you want me to go check Lluis if it's operable for you?
No, I just wanna like yeet river to check.
Oh, it's
What's that?
Obi!
it's visible, but it's pretty high up. It's
Okay,
over
then I'm
20,
not
it's
gonna
over
do that.
20 feet high above.
Do you want me to go get it for you, Lluis?
I can yeet you too, like we can do.
I don't need yeeting. I can climb.
But I don't think there's a wall. Like it's a little, you know.
I would assume there is a way up to there.
Plus, you have claws.
While they're trying to hit
Yeah, I mean,
this
but you
thing,
can climb, but you cannot like do a
With,
Spider-Man. You
with-
know.
Yes, I can.
with 4 of you like blasting the door with various things, with heat metal, with Eldritch Blast, with the torch, you guys are blast open the door.
And Lluis, I absolutely can Spider-Man. I have a climb speed.
Yeah, but climb speed is not like for.
It
I
can.
mean, it's for walls, not for ceilings.
If I remember properly, it doesn't matter. Let me
Oh, then I
check.
have to talk to Jesse then.
so do we just blow the ice of it or blow the door inward?
You blow the door inward, and it looks like it wasn't supposed to go inward.
Room
And
service.
inside, I will say the ceiling is 20 feet high in these areas. Everything is dimly lit by fleshy, flickering bioluminescent orbs mounted on the walls or ceiling. So to describe this room, you can see also attached to the walls are 3 sets of chains and manticles designed to hold large creatures. A staircase rises to the next deck amid crates, barrels, and broken bits of equipment. Moving along through here are 4 creatures. 3 of them are small, repulsive purple things that float above the ground and pull themselves along the floor using oversized face tentacles. The 4th is a lumbering monstrosity made of stitched together parts of goblins, dwarves, and reindeer.
The fuck?
That's cute.
Let me get you a picture of the face tentacle things.
Oh no.
Oh my god, they're weirdly adorable.
They're really cute. They have a tail and everything.
They're like someone wished a like a halfling with a tadpole almost.
You notice that they're
Squid.
hiding behind some debris and crates and stuff as you guys come in, as it was no secret you guys were coming in.
Wow.
Okay, to be
Alright.
fair, that's not as bad as I was thinking it was going to be.
What do you guys do?
So this prism that I'm holding, no pun intended,
Mhm.
lights up the area a little bit, correct? It's like what, 30 feet of dim light?
Yeah, just everything's dim light in here.
But the crystal, the side crystal I'm holding produces the light
Oh,
as,
yes.
as well, correct?
Yeah, it's bright. It's bright. It's not like daylight, but it's enough mechanically to be like you don't have any detriment for eyesight.
Okay. So as I'm entering this area, where is my mental pinging from?
Good question.
Where does it
Look-
hurt?
Do these little squiddly things react to the
Upstairs.
crystal?
They do not, but within a few moments coming from up above, you guys hear some tiny little footprints as and a weird like noise, and then like and coming over at the top of the stairway and coming down is a very odd looking creature. It appears to be a bipedal. I guess the best way I could describe it to you guys is a bipedal mind flare the size of a dwarf. Not a dwarf, a gnome. Starts coming down the stairs, and you all hear in your heads, "Wait, wait! We mean no harm."
Oh my god, they're LGMs. I love them.
And it says, "Gollum, away! You're scaring people." And it via telepathy, and it's just like not really. You're not even sure where its face is at. It's just got a roughly humanoid shape, and it just like shambles up the stairs. Hello.
Hello. Rowan just says.
It's my experiment. You've come back. As it looks over
What?
towards Prism.
Immediately looking at Prism, like, what?
Yeah, me too.
I am not your bloody experiment.
Yeah, you tell him.
You don't remember?
No, I remember. I'm just not your experiment.
Well, no matter what you say, it doesn't hide the truth. Specimen 497-1. Did you come to receive the rest of your augmentations? I see you brought more subjects as well. Unfortunately, nothing here is really capable of being used. The main problem is, well, our ship does not work.
A river?
Yes.
Go ham.
All I need is a psi crystal, which I see you are offering me right now. With that, I will be able
Force
to
draw.
get this thing to work and be on my way, harmless. Ah! Okay,
Yeah.
roll it.
I don't believe that
18.
harmless lit for a bit.
18 hits.
9 force damage.
As you get smacked in the side of the head, it goes, "Ow! No! I don't want to fight. We just want to go. This sphere does not like our vessels."
16.
16 bounces off their armor
Oh.
as we roll initiative. And they pull
Oh,
out
shit.
a tiny gun.
What?
Gun.
Noisy cricket. It's a noisy cricket.
My Schwartz is bigger.
And they say, "Squidlings, protect the vessel." And those weird things with the large tentacles are like,
Oh,
that's what you hear telepathically in your heads, by the way.
We hear Murloc noises.
Wait, are they speaking a specific language?
You think that's how they think.
Yeah.
I was gonna
They
say
think
the
in
only
common.
the only language I could see him speaking would be deep, if anything.
Which I
Um,
can.
Rowan got a 19.
Okay, wait.
21.
Wait. Of course I rolled that. Okay. I heard 21 from somebody.
River.
Okay, what was the other one that said something?
I got a 19.
Okay. Prism, what'd you get?
15.
Oops. 15. Okay. How about Valgg?
20.
Okay. Periwinkle.
Hey,
What was that?
3.
3. Okay. I just heard like E.
I rolled a 1.
Nice.
Oof.
And Wild.
25.
Okay. As you see River getting ready to shoot more hostile attacks, Wild, it is your turn.
All right. Well, since apparently we're fighting,
Looks reluctant to fight. Moreland seems to be fighting more defensively than anything.
Wild is going to well, at this point we're committed. There's no way Wild knows she can't talk her way out of a fight.
No, but I might be able to.
So Wild is going to head to, I'm not going to shoot at, she's going to move forwards. And honestly, so actually, Scotty, can I roll an insight on this thing?
Yeah, sure.
All right. That's what I'm going to spend my turn doing. So a 19. Do they seem to be evil? Or do they seem
evil in a way that would harm you guys?
Do they seem to be causing harm to this area? More or less would be the best description.
No.
All right, that's my. I'm just gonna take up a defensive position. Then.
You call the subject though.
That's my turn.
Okay,
I'm gonna ready just.
I'm
Scotty,
just
my
seeing
ready
more
action
on these things. Give me a moment.
Scotty, my ready action is literally if I get attacked, then I'll fight. I'll attack back. But if not, then I won't.
Okay. They are next because I rolled an actual 20.
Damn.
And it says, as the 4 weird squiggling things start to move up, all we need is the crystal,
Wait, they
and
go
we'll
for my
let you
21?
live. What?
They go for my 21?
They got 22.
Ah, okay.
We are willing to trade for it, if need be.
They're speaking to me, I'm assuming.
Telepathically to everybody within 120 feet.
Okay.
You notice
Okay.
that they're also speaking a language too, and I don't think any of you know Gnome, but they're speaking Gnome.
So you trade, you go, you leave me here.
Of course.
Is everybody willing to trade and stand down?
You're the one who started this fight.
Yeah, I'm aware.
And one of the squiglings things just kind of like slowly floats 15 feet. And it's like its body is hovering, but its head is so big that its innate telekinesis can't hold its full body up. So it uses its tentacles to walk and just kind of like, and it's just like, and there's a tickle as I need Periwinkle, Prism, and I'll say Valgg. Give me intelligence saving throws.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Intelligence.
Scotty, I'm gonna pick the two dumb ones and the smart one.
I have a
I'm
minus.
worse. I'm worse at charisma though. 11.
Fuck. Patience's daughter. I got a 6.
What about Prism?
23.
Okay. The DC was 7, by the way. I'm not joking.
Wow.
Way to kick Callie while she's down
Oh.
already.
Ouch.
Fast.
Okay. So Valgg and Perry, well, not Valgg and Perry. Valgg and Prism. Why do I keep mixing up your names? Just feel like a weird tickling sensation in your brain. And Perry, you feel it slightly more violently than they do as you take a whopping 3 psychic damage and you are stunned as it jumbles your brain in your skull. And you are stunned until the end of this thing's next turn.
Well, I wasn't gonna do anything anyway. You didn't have to do that.
Wow. Now it's war.
Um,
Peace was never an option.
Actually, peace is exactly what we're trying to go for here.
Apparently
What?
not. They just
Yeah,
mind
they-
zapped you guys.
and then he goes,
Yeah.
darn it! As he looks at the thing as it does that.
All right.
Okay,
Like,
Okay.
before-
like he regrets that it did that.
before
Okay.
anybody else does anything, Prism just wants to speak up real fast. It's like he couldn't really control his experiments to begin with. That may not be his fault. Can you contain these things and we peacefully trade?
Yes.
Then control them, or else I'm not stopping them again.
Okay. We got technically another round before they can do anything about it. So, anyone who hasn't gone yet, did you want to do anything? If not, we can just go out of initiative.
I want to
just gonna-
grab that one
Okay.
really
Rowan is
close
just
to
gonna-
my face.
River would be next.
So are we staying down? Because I had something I was about to pull out.
I apologize, but yes, I am now asking, instead of asking you to shoot first, I am now asking you to stand down.
I'm now
Yes.
asking you to please stand down.
I was under the impression that they wouldn't be this peaceable,
The cute,
which is
big-eyed, hovering, squiddling thing seems surprised that what it did actually did something.
great. It's a Psyduck.
And it
It's
Poor
still-
Callie.
I didn't do dice. I
And-
just got paid, and that's the first thing I'm getting.
and
But-
you all hear via telepathy from it and exasperate it.
I'll reach into my tail bag and I'll hold my action. As long as I stand down, I won't execute it.
Okay. Valgg, you were gonna grab it?
Yeah, you want to grab it,
Okay.
pull it in front of my face.
I'm rolling my competing check against yours.
That is probably
It's
a
athle-
very
it's
bad
athletics?
idea.
It is athletics for you, yes. This is small size, by the way. Besides its tentacles that it's using as legs, you can see its limbs are really teeny. It's like frail, tiny little thing.
17.
Yeah. So I know you probably want to grapple it a specific way, but you essentially just like casually trot over to it, and you just take your hand and you just grab it by the head and pull it up like this.
Oh yeah, I just want to grab it by the head and stare at him like with a really stern face, like he can see inside my helmet. I'm doing the mom eyes.
You-
Squeeze it like a stress towel.
You
No.
see barely any sentience in those black eyes as they seem to stare through you.
Am I staring at the boy?
You staring at a cat?
And it just like
Do you I'm breaking. Do you understand what you did wrong? Like, no, you don't. Like, wow.
So the cat.
I don't think it understands anything anymore.
I'm just gonna.
it understands telepathy.
Just-
Could you please put down Fluffy?
Okay, so I'm gonna picture like a water spray hitting him really hard on my brain. Let's see if he can figure that out.
Just
Okay, give me an intelligence check
No,
as you think really hard.
You're
This is where
trying to
please
predict-
roll that one. That would be so funny.
No,
Did you
rolling
roll
that.
in that one?
Did you seriously roll in that
tell me
one?
you roll in that one, Lluis.
stop being psychic.
Yes. I have never been so happy to see a nat
Okay,
one.
so Valgg, what are you trying to picture again?
So like, you know, when you like spray a cat or a dog with a spraying thingy because they did something wrong. I'm picturing that so he can figure out he did something wrong or they did something wrong.
Okay, so you're holding it in the air. Its larger tentacles dangling from the ground, and you're just kind of like at it, and it literally goes and explodes, and purple goo. No, Fluffy. Oh well, I can make it work.
Your experiments were never stable.
I am not
Neither are
okay,
we.
guys. I am not okay.
It
Like,
oddly
stop
smells like berries.
Stop thinking at the mind
No.
flayers.
You two are you and this gnome thing are essentially Pleakley and Jumba, and I love it.
And the rest of the squidlings are like, and they just squirm away slowly at 15 feet around.
They just hover away ominously.
Mhm.
Can we go back to fighting?
Oh, are
dwarves?
you psionic? That seemed to be a powerful psionic spell you used. Horseman.
Volatile.
Someone please help, Valgg. I'm
I'm
Deal
still
with
like
the
with my
trick.
hands like this, like
You're not holding anything anymore. Like what you were holding just went.
yeah, no, I
But the hands are still just out there, like you're
Purple
still holding
goo.
it, just in
Just
shock,
purple
right?
goo.
yeah, I mean, I rolled a 2. I'm absolutely gone. Like I don't understand anything. Life is passing me through
Like-
my eyes.
like the-
What's the meaning? What's the meaning of anything?
The first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you know how they had like the purple goo?
Yeah.
Like you got that.
Oh, yeah, that effect was super cool, actually.
Yes.
So if someone will help clean Valgg off, I'll deal with the trade so we can get out of here and I can get rid of this headache.
Yeah,
Both
I'm
of
going
them.
to. Rowan will spend her turn just like cleaning off, just using prestidigitation on Valgg. So any of the goo that's still stuck on Valgg just suddenly freezes over, and just shatters off Valgg in like little bits of frost.
Coming down the stairs are two more of these weird gnome alien-like creatures. And one of them says via telepathy. Actually, no, it speaks in gnome. But you do hear one word specifically that you all would understand, which would be the name. Dre Devax. Because that's my gnome. Yes.
We're all Sims now.
I thought we were just all Scatman.
And I got do Scabadidi? No. Sure, that Prism. Ah. Yes, we will trade you. That is settled. We will give you our laser pistols for the crystal.
Okay, hand over the pistols. I'll hand over the crystal.
They float over because of course they do. Put their pistols halfway between you guys and them and float back.
I don't have telekinesis, do I?
Nope, I don't think
We
so.
have a hand. We have a disembodied arm.
Yes, but that's not the same as a mage hand. So I will
You have an
move
unseen
forward.
servant.
Oh yeah, I do have unseen servant. I will I will use unseen servant
You
to
cast it recently?
huh?
Doesn't it only have like a 10-minute duration or something?
What, unseen servant?
Yeah.
Lasts for an hour. But no, I haven't cast it recently. So, like I said, casting
All right.
and using it to move the crystal to the pistols and take the pistols and move them over to me.
Okay, and they have one of the squidlings very reluctantly, as they bark orders in a foreign language to it, to go over and take the crystal. And it brings the crystal back to them, and you see one of them pull out a black metal box the size of a bar of soap, and you hear audible clicking noise. It's like, and they're just like, oh, yes, this is definitely a psi crystal that we can use to power the vessel.
Good. Everybody, let's go.
Am I still,
Stunned.
You
Yeah.
were for 6 seconds, then you're good.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you're still special.
Thank
Mm.
you. Sometimes you just need validation.
Yeah.
How many pistols did they hand over?
Good question.
So one for each of us, or
They hand over all of their laser pistols to 3 of them.
Well, I'm definitely taking one of them.
How about you?
I guess I'll just carry all of them as we make our way out of the ship, unless anybody else has anything they're wanting to do.
Not wild though. Just back out. She's keeping her eye very clearly on them just to be safe.
I will like keep one of those things because I feel sorry. I'm gonna
Oh.
raise one as my own.
A pistol. You're
What?
going to raise a pistol as your own.
No, no, no. One of the like squid things.
Squidlings.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
Yeah,
part of the trade.
I don't
and
think that's a
think
good
they're just
idea.
going to give you one. Yeah.
I think the
I
minute
mean,
we step
they-
foot
They
in
they
the
seem
town-
scared of you, and then the second they don't see you anymore, they seem to forget you existed, and they just start playing with a random piece of rubble on the ground.
They're goldfish. If they see him again, will
They're
they just
parry.
be like, "I've never seen you in my life"? Like,
Okay, so I'm gonna be meta with you guys. These things are kind of like mind flayers with 4 intelligence.
Mhm.
Wow.
So they don't have object permanence. They're literally just babies.
Yeah.
That's
I
awful.
mean,
They're
I've
not
already shot
technically
one baby.
mind flare babies, but I'm not gonna get into that.
Oh no, yeah, they are
Yeah, yeah.
gross.
Because mind flare babies are tadpoles. These things are failures, apparently.
I won't get into it in character. You guys wouldn't know. All this is very alien to everybody except for Prism. Well, it's least alien to Prism.
Hey, Valgg, guess what?
What?
We both kill a kid so far.
It-
shut up! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I know.
gonna
I
drop
know.
to my knees.
I know you didn't mean that in character, Callie, but I'm gonna consider that whole reaction being in character.
I didn't even know I was unmuted.
I have to take care of its family and the mother.
Oh, good idea. We should take out the rest of the family so they don't come back after us for
No.
the visits.
As soon as we find whatever spawning pool it came from, we'll let her
fuck
next.
did I just
We'll let the
come back
next
to?
of kin know.
Okay, so you have these weird devices now, 3 of them.
So damn, it's not even sharpened.
I'll show you how they work in a bit. Let's just get away from the ship, please.
Prism, you don't exactly know how to use one. You've never used one.
I just want to get off the ship. I'm just telling them anything they want to hear just so we can move.
The wild's
So-
already leaving.
So you're getting off the ship.
Hmm.
As you do, the ship explodes. No, I'm kidding.
That would surprise me.
I honestly thought you were going to say the explosive color detonates.
Oh my god. I'm going to show you guys this picture. So the description of this picture is: a thoughtful adventurer transports a gnome squidling back to 10 towns.
Why do I have a feeling it's going to include some type of
Oh,
transporter exit?
Aw.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something completely different. When you said transports, I thought you meant teleport. I thought that was inside of a rock.
Mhm. And Prism, you're starting to remember what those chains and manticles were for. They weren't for humanoids. They weren't for you guys. They were for their pets. And you're like, wait a minute. There were 3 pets. 2 of them were the worm maggot things, and another one was this big quadrupedal creature, like out of character. It's like almost rhino size, but it had almost like a like aerodynamic, like pointy head.
Am I going to have to worry about that anytime soon?
Well, you notice all 3 weren't there.
Well,
That's
so
what
long
roll
as we,
initiative.
And they were chained there when you escaped here originally.
well, I mean, as inept as these guys seem, I wouldn't be surprised if we find them out in the ice, but I'd rather be out in the ice and find them rather than stay on the ship any longer. So I'm just going.
Okay. And you all start heading out into the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And you start going away from the ship. And a few moments after, or maybe a minute or two after leaving the ship, Prism, you are still technically attuned to it. So you're still hearing the beacon psionically, and it's like fading away as you're getting further away. But then you hear the beacon part of your telepathy immediately cease, like they turned it off.
Assuming direct control.
And you feel your innate psionics fading as you get further away.
Yay. It's like in real life when a headache dissipates. Yay.
So you'll definitely need to remove that psi crystal from your inventory.
Yep. Working on it now.
Anything you guys
Yeah, I wanna look at Prism and say like, so these guys, you know about them.
Yeah, I know about them. They chased me to this planet. Thought that was one of their experiments.
Wait.
Wait, this
Step by step. Like they followed you to this planet.
Yes,
you're
they
not.
chased me to this planet.
Wait, you're not from Toril?
Do I look like a normal goblin to you?
I mean, no, but weirder things have happened. And you remember, I was raised in an isolated village. I've only
So you're-
seen very few goblins.
You're like from the south?
Thought you were
Galaxy,
cool.
yes.
Was that directed towards Rowan?
Prism in D&D stuff, to make it simple, instead of galaxy, just say sphere.
Ah, sphere. My apologies. Yes, I'm from the southern sphere.
Because spell jamming stuff's weird, and most people, both in character and just NPCs in general, have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Would Perry know?
Does Perry know what a sphere is?
So you're a demon?
I don't think so, no. Because in that
Okay.
campaign, we never ran into spelljammer stuff.
Yeah, we did.
We did! Shit,
We
because
did.
Kevin loves spelljammer stuff.
Yeah, because
Roll me a
that's
history
where we
check.
started.
Roll me history
All
check,
right.
Periwinkle.
I don't think that it's good, but yeah, it's just a straight 12.
How do you think about it? Your parents did mention something about a sphere in disguise.
But it's like
It's the sun.
it's the math lady meme where it's just Periwinkle like
You're still recovering
so
from
much.
the attack is literally called mind
Yeah.
The brain pain.
yeah. I just thought you were cool looking. I don't know. I don't know.
I've met stranger looking things.
I'm just gonna go
before.
sit down.
Tapping your shoulder is Andrew, and he points in the distance.
Look out.
Something big is plowing through the deep snow, heading your direction.
It's flying?
Nope. Plowing
Flying.
through.
Oh,
Plowing through.
Plowing.
Plow.
Wild.
I thought you said
Plowing.
plowing.
Flowing.
Heading in your direction. The only part of it that's visible is its shiny dorsal ridge that breaks the snow's surface. And
Snow
that
shark.
is where we'll end it for the night.
Next time we get to
Oh.
fight a snow worm.
Prism is an alien and we are attacked by a frost shark.
We're attacked by that thing you drew a bit ago, Lluis.
Oh, what?
The dune thing.
Oh no.
No.
No. It's not one of those, thankfully.
No.
I know. I'm just drawing the comparison. I could have gone.
It's a snow
little
shark.
It's
I could have gone a little bit more obscure and said we're gonna fight that snow thing from Krampus.
ooh, yeah. Or
Which is a good
the
movie.
or the worm thing from Beetlejuice.
That's also very big.
Yeah, that's also something you don't want to mess with. But in any case, that's where we're ending for the night. So we'll go to plugs, and I think we will start with Prism. if they have anything. If they don't, it's fine.
Not this time, no. Sorry.
Okay. Does Dr. River have anything?
No, sorry.
Chat says it's an Alaskan bullworm, which they might not be too far off, actually. How about Rowan? What do you got going on?
All right, hello everybody. Rowan's player here. January_silence pretty much everywhere. You can catch myself, Lluis, and Saege, aka Prism, in over on Back to Channel 1 on YouTube in the Quest for the Quantum Rose, in the Mage Hand Press setting of Dark Matter. Our last session, we basically now have to save the life stream of an elven planet, which it's turning into a weird Captain Planet, Final Fantasy VII kind of moment, but I'm all here for it and I love it.
It's fine. Yeah. Well, I'm like, funny enough, it's like a side quest to saving Diamond Space itself.
Yeah, it's part of our main quest, but it was also a side quest. It's a side quest that stumbled into the main quest. It's funny how those happen. You can also find my stuff over on DM's Guild under the label The Sphinx Library. I only have 3 subclasses up right now, but we're working on the final bits of art for the 4th one, which is a Ranger subclass, which I'm really excited to share with you all. It's a little bit slow going because I've got some real life stuff happening right now, but hopefully we'll have it up by sometime in October, and if not October, then November for sure. Which, if it's November, I'll have 2 of them coming out, which will be another Bard subclass to go with the Ranger.
All right.
So keep your eyes peeled.
Why don't we go to Periwinkle? What do you got going on?
I was not expecting this. Hello. I'm Callie on Twitter. You can find me there. Sometimes I post art. Mostly I just post sad art and send it to my friend Aya, and then and then we both cry. But that's not on Twitter. That's just what I'm doing in my own time. And I don't have any commissions open. And speaking of Aya, Saffron Academy is tomorrow on Vex's channel, Fractured Moon D&D at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. There's gonna be a dinner with Vex's character's mom apparently knew our friend Kat's character's mom, and they were in a band together. And completely nothing else.
Is that what they called it in that generation? They were in a band together?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Shayna is convinced that they totally banged. So
oh my god, they were roommates.
Yeah.
they were no, even better. They were
bandmates.
And then Saturday on this channel at 3:00 is Chaos Crew, which I am in and Scotty is also in, and it's gonna be a fun time. I'm just saying everybody should watch it because there's gonna be a wedding, and special things might happen, and that's it.
Something that's never happened on his channel before will be happening at the wedding.
Yes, and I'm so excited. I can't say anything else.
It's gonna be awesome. I know about it, so
yes. And that is it for me.
Okay. Valgg, what do you got going on?
What can I say? I do art all the time, constantly, every day. So follow me on social media. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, at least. I have a Patreon, which if you like what you see on any one of those social medias and are like, hey, this guy seems pretty cool, I'm gonna support him, I will appreciate it.
All of the artwork for the characters you see here, all by Lluis. So there's some great examples for you.
Yeah.
Last but definitely not least, Wild, what do you got going on?
well, like Callie said, tomorrow at the time at 8:00 p.m. EST is Saffron Academy. you can also find the next game on my channel might be, knock on wood, I don't really know my schedule, but it might be next Sunday. So not this upcoming one, but the next one after that, which will be our Masks campaign and our Lancer campaign. Both great games. First game starts at 12:30 p.m. EST. Second game starts at 3:30 p.m. EST if we're running. I say if we're running because it is Thanksgiving for me next week.
That will be October 10th. Because the next
Yes.
Sunday is the 3rd.
Yes.
From this recording.
Yes, it's the 10th. It's the 10th. So we might be playing, we should be playing, but I don't really know yet because family make plans and I don't get told them. You know, the usual fun shit. But yeah, come check out my channel, Fraction Moon D&D. You can also find it in Scotty's My Friends tab thing on here.
Yeah,
and that's it for me.
If you scroll below on Twitch, you'll find it.
Yeah, and that's it for me.
All right. And on that note, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you all next Wednesday. Stay frosty.
Bye.